6 weeks of political wrangling, missed paychecks, and more finger pointing than the Friday night football game. The government shutdown is finally moseyed to the end. 42 days, the longest in history. That's longer than a West Texas drought and just about as painful. Now everybody's asking the big question, what happens next? For federal workers, families on food assistance, and travelers stuck in their airport purgatories, the answer just ain't that simple as go back to normal. The truth is the road ahead looks bumpier than a hill country cashy road after a rainstorm. So saddle up, we're breaking down what reopening really is for everybody and every American. The Senate's finally wrangled a 60-40 deal that took the Democrats 8 of them to cross over and make it happen. That's rare than spotting a Democrat at a Whataburger in the drive-thru at Midland. Well, nearly a million federal workers have been on furlough or working without pay. Families waiting on food benefits froze up tighter than a deer lease gate in January. Well, our airports were running with skeleton crews, and if you thought the TSA lines were bad before, try with a half staff and none of the smiles. But here's the kicker, the deal ain't permanent. The government only funded through January. Translation, we could be right back in the same mess faster than you can say, hold my shiner. Well, the bill does guarantee back pay. Federal workers, about 4 million folks can finally catch up on their rent, groceries, and maybe splurge on some briskets. Well, on the SNAP benefits, which feed over 40 million Americans, which will keep rolling through 2026. That's big because some of the states were away from running out of money. Still, not everybody's happy. The Democrats, they gave up too much, especially on health care and subsidies, and the Republicans are calling it physical discipline. Texans call it is just kicking the can down the road. The same as patching a leaky barn roof with duct tape. Instead of the fix on the rafters. And air travel is still a mess, and that shutdown left us short about 3,000 traffic controllers. Airlines cut flights by 10%, which meant delays stacked up like cars at Buc-ee's on Labor Day. And even the government's back open. Experts say it'll take weeks and maybe months for schedules to smooth out. Thanksgiving travel, well, you might still look at rush hour on I-35. National parks and museums reopening, but they've got vandalism all backed up, and maintenance and trash piles are clean, and the rangers are returning to work with more chores than a ranch hand after a county fair. Polls show that Americans blame the Republicans for the shutdowns, though the Democrats didn't escape unscathed. But both sides are spinning the story harder than a tumbleweed in a panhandle windstorm. But here's the big picture. These shutdowns keep happening. Temporary funding bills, political standoffs, and uncertainty for regular folks. It's like patching a fence with baling wire when you know it's going to break again. but twisting it up anyway. Economists say the billions drained from the economy, that's not just numbers, that's daycare workers losing kids' jobs and the parents couldn't pay, and the restaurants near federal buildings sitting empty, and every missed paycheck rippled out, throwing like a rock on the Brazos. Well, the agencies will slow down and get back to normal, and paychecks will start flowing again, and the assistance programs should be stabilized, but it ain't a clean ending. It's more like a halftime. Another shutdown could be rolling around just in a few months if Congress doesn't all act together. So here's the question. How long's it been since we've had a balanced budget? Should we pass laws to stop shutdowns altogether? Or was that just part of our system? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and remember, Washington may be on a gridlock, but out here in Texas we know you can't run a ranch if you keep the barn door locked on payday. And what you're thinking, drop them below and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And this is Thoughts While Thinking, and these opinions are mine.